little tippy tip. You might hear people say, stay focused, stay in the game. You know, I used to say stay in the game. Stay focused is like obedient. So if you're going to be obedient, then you're focused. Because if you focus on something for too long, it will change in your sight. So, and you're stuck. So, what are you really getting out of this focus? Okay? So, it's like, I'm just there, but your mind is going to drift. And it should. But if you are already obedient and you know what you're to do, you don't have to prep yourself of being focused. You are doing exactly what you're called to do. So who needs to be focused? No. You need to be obedient. And many people will be like, oh, I'm triggered by this and I'm triggered by that. Then you need to work on those triggers, acknowledge those triggers, and dismiss it. Don't allow it to be a trigger. Like, you don't want to keep saying this is a trigger, this is a problem, this is a trigger. Who wants to keep hearing that song? You play a song, you hear a song, you like a song, you may listen to it twice, but you're not going to keep listening to it unless you're in a depression. So, obedient. Just like I have a problem with saying curse words. I'm not focused on that. I just like to curse. It's stronger. It comes out like punch you in your face. But once I become obedient, like I caught myself this morning, then I'm becoming stronger against the trigger of what I want. So you can't have a bad mouth. Okay. So I just wanted to give you that tip, because that's like you gotta work towards that strength. Because you could be focused and you're not gonna be creative anymore. You're just too focused on that one thing. Like beating yourself up, and your answer to whatever it is you're focusing on is over there. Because you took your mind at ease and off of the plan. What's for you is for you. Don't overdo your stimulation of the thought. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. So there's no difference between blue and gray. Those are the colors, blue and gray. And there's no in between black and white. So we're going to focus on that, how long that we can understand that's black and that's white. So I just wanted to give you guys that tip. Multitask. Give your brain a break. Go seek and find. Don't stay stagnant and say you focus, because you're not. The clock is ticking. What have you done? And did you do a good due diligence of your best work? Your best. And who is the competition of your best? Because you wake up every morning in competition with yourself to be better than yesterday, to be better than last week. Not focusing on it. You just do better, right? And that's how you be creative. You just be in the midst of it all. You just, before you know it, you done did 16 different things, and in a time frame, you completed 8 of the 16 different things, and they were better than you working on one thing for days. Obedient. Your body is important. You know, you don't want to be sitting in some office space working on something for 16 hours and you still ain't finished it, because it's not right. You're not putting in your best work, you're tired. I used to work in the law office and I was so bored. I started out as a mail clerk. I said, okay, let me see if I can get hired to go upstairs. Then I became the patent secretary, district attorney office, something like that. That's what they just make up names. And then I was the secretary there. And then I became the docket clerk supervisor. So while I was sitting in my position and I could see the check, I was being disciplined to the job and people were observing me working. So it's not focus, it's obedience. And when people offer you, it's because they were observing you. And you need to know who you are and what you're creating and what you're working on. So you're doing your due diligence and your best. You're not focused, you're being obedient. So I committed myself to the law office for 7 to 3 p.m. My mind wasn't, I was just on them things. But I made it creative for me because I was bored. So they got like all these file jackets, suspended docket, new application. You know, these are trademark patents where people are trying to invent or be innovative or whatever. So I became creative. And I started filing things, you know, chronologically, however they wanted it by the serial number. But I was doing it at a pace that was not seen. And then they would say, you know, inventory of this, inventory of that. Okay, that's fine. But it's so boring to shift things from one place to another. So I entertained the crew. Like, okay, let's just make the whole place fun then, you know. Because I'm tired of this blue jacket, this yellow jacket, that's stupid. It's boring. But the check at my age was good. And I was around people of caliber and prestige who were interesting, and they were scientists, they were lawyers, they were people who they've done things I hadn't done, and I was young. So that was intriguing. They were the people who were standing tall and proud of themselves and achieved. So they just acknowledge stuff in you. People who aren't ashamed to give you a shot or aren't intimidated by you, they will see your worth. So don't just be focused. Be creative. Be obedient. Everybody wanted success, but success is hard work. And at first I was hurt when I lost everything because I wasn't prepared for such ignorant thieves, people. I wasn't ready for. I've never encountered anything of such. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't ready. Oh, now I'm ready for you. Oh yeah, I'm ready for the thief and the liar and all that. So now you're aware. But you don't want to go to the point of where I was not even. I was clueless. I was not ready. Okay. I've been around some good people all my life. I didn't know that too until today. Some good strangers. Because I don't have no family, obviously. So, you will be acknowledged not by focus, but by your obedience and your tenacity and your resilience and your determination and your creativity of your own to go above and beyond for purpose. And people will notice you know. So don't get stuck and be focused on one thing. The world is moving. The earth is not still. So you should move too. Animals, a doggy will eat its own vomit. Okay? Don't be around dum-dums. Not trying to judge anybody about. People who eat their own vomit, don't be around them. Okay? That's not, they call them dum-dum. So stop saying focus. God wants obedience. No wavering.